I'm with James Timpson, Fund Manager of the Courtiers Multi-Asset Funds, to find out how markets have been performing throughout the last month. James, hi. I understand from your written commentary that there's been a slight uptick.
That's right, Leo. Markets were positive last month as volatility declined. So the VIX index, which tracks the implied volatility in the US equity market, that actually reached its lowest level since 2021. And this is because investor fears surrounding the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank were actually starting to dissipate. So the FTSE 100 index had a particularly positive month. That was up more than 3%. And over in the US, the S&P 500 index, that was up just under 2%. Also, the pound had a very good month in the currency markets. The pound appreciated against the dollar again, and it actually surpassed $1.25 for the first time in nearly a year. So it was a positive month overall for equity markets last month. Not so much gilt markets. Gilt yields rose again last month, which meant gilt prices fell. Oil was fairly flat, and the precious metals also did increase slightly during the month. But the main thing was volatility declining again.
That's interesting. It reminds us 2 years and more how it flies. James, how does all this impact simply on the Courtiers funds and the funds that our clients invest in?
Yeah, so as you know, the Courtiers funds invest in a broad range of equity exposures. And actually the funds are slightly overweight the UK because we believe there's lots of value in the UK at the moment. So the funds will have benefited strongly from the strength of the FTSE 100 over the last month. Also, we're relatively overweight the pound. In other words, we're slightly underweight foreign currency exposure. So as I mentioned, the pound strengthened last month, which means that foreign currencies weakened against it. So when you're invested in assets which are denominated in another currency, even if those assets appreciate in value, because the currency has depreciated, that can offset some of the gains. So being underweight foreign currencies, particularly the dollar, can help with relative performance. So the funds have been performing well, and also with volatility gradually getting lower, we are hoping for plenty of opportunities to start investing in the option market again.
I imagine that's what we would expect when actively maintaining diverse portfolios for clients. James, I want to move on. Typically, this is a market update on the last month's markets, but there's lots going on at the moment. So I want to ask if you can give us a peek into what we might expect to hear in next month's market update.
Yes, Leo. So I did mention just now that investor fears surrounding the banking sector were starting to dissipate last month. But if you've been following the news over the last couple of days, you'll see that it's very much back in the headlines. So First Republic has become the latest bank to be taken over. It's been taken over by JP Morgan. And so there's a lot more uncertainty back surrounding the banking sector. And this has caused volatility to jump back up in the last couple of days. So there's lots to be watching out for, and we will of course be keeping on top of it.
Absolutely. It's only the 4th of May, so we've got plenty of the month left to see what happens, James, and I'll look forward to catching up with you next month to see what's happened. James, thanks for your time. To our viewers, any questions, please contact your advisor or get in touch via the website. Thank you.